If you are taking metformin or any mainstream diabetes medication, that healthy vegetable you ate this morning might be working silently to destroy your prescription. Recent clinical meta-analyses confirm that certain superfood compounds actively block your body from absorbing this life-saving medicine. You think you're lowering your blood sugar fast, but a simple preparation mistake is doing the exact opposite.
Energy levels are optimal today. Wow, it's incredible in here.
Today, we are not just breaking down 5 everyday foods that flatten your glucose curves rapidly, but the exact micro-habit shift that determines whether these foods save your metabolism or silently destroy it without you ever realizing.
Get them off the console! Run, it's total chaos in here!
Managing blood sugar in the modern era is an exhausting battle. Millions of people wake up every morning, check their glucose numbers, and instantly feel guilty about what they ate. Traditional medical standards tell you to do extreme things: cut carbohydrates radically, practice strict fasting, or rely on an ever-growing list of medications. It makes complete sense why we turn to natural solutions. We stock our pantries with seeds, vinegars, and spices recommended by internet articles, hoping to find a miracle that can stabilize our bodies. But here lies the hidden danger: the false safety. Viral trends like drinking okra water or sprinkling dry chia seeds over your breakfast, which you see all over TikTok or Instagram, are often a metabolic dead end. Peer-reviewed data reveals that soaking okra and drinking only the water gives you exactly 0% of the essential fiber needed to slow down digestion. You feel safe because you followed a healthy trend, but biologically, you missed the primary therapeutic component. Most health creators are misguided. They tell you what to eat, but they completely ignore how that food interacts with your body's biochemistry.
Where did this data even come from?
Clinical science proves that you don't need to torture yourself with restrictive diets to cut your post-meal blood sugar spikes by 34% immediately. What you need to change is not the menu, but the order and the way that food enters your stomach. This is the power of a micro-habit shift. By changing how you hydrate a simple grain or timing a single kitchen staple within 60 seconds before your first bite, you mechanically build a protective shield in your small intestine. This is a biochemical shortcut that turns ordinary food into high-speed glucose suppressors. To understand why these methods work so fast, we have to rewind human evolutionary history. Our bodies were designed to process whole, fiber-dense foods slowly. However, today's digital environment forces our nervous system into a constant cephalic phase, where just looking at images of food on your phone causes your body to pump insulin and forces your liver to dump sugar into your blood. We live in a world of broken signals. The 5 foods we are about to dissect are not just nutrients. They are recalibration tools to fix these signal errors instantly. Let's break down the first food. Apple cider vinegar, or ACV. Its active component, acetic acid, works by temporarily inhibiting the alpha amylase enzyme in your mouth and gut. The micro-habit shift? Don't drink it randomly. Clinical studies show that diluting 1 tablespoon of ACV in 8 ounces of water and drinking it right before a high carbohydrate meal instantly slows gastric emptying, cutting the glucose curve by 34% and accelerating sugar absorption directly into muscle cells without the excess insulin burden. The second food, Psyllium husk. Based on controlled clinical trials by Fazal et al. 2024, consuming exactly 6.8 grams of this soluble fiber before a main meal acts as a pre-meal shield. Inside the gut, psyllium forms a thick gel matrix that traps free glucose molecules, lowering postprandial glucose levels by an average of 18.7 milligrams per deciliter. The third food, cinnamon. Data from a comparative study in 2009 shows the extreme power of cinnamon, which cut fasting glucose levels from an average of 254 milligrams per deciliter to 127 milligrams per deciliter. But the mechanism demands a specific shift. Instead of consuming it once in a large amount, the cinnamon dose must be divided equally into small portions with breakfast, lunch, and dinner to mimic basal insulin function. The fourth food, chia seeds. The secret is not in the nutrients, but in the ancient Aztec hydration method. Chia seeds must be soaked in warm water for at least 15 minutes to form a thick gel before consumption. This gel is what mechanically slows down enzyme interaction with other carbohydrates in your gut. The fifth food, whole okra. This is where the biggest medical plot twist happens. Okra contains rhamnogalacturonin, a compound that binds sugar in the digestive tract. However, a legendary study by Khatun et al. 2011 discovered that okra actively binds to and blocks the absorption of metformin. The life-saving micro-habit shift. You must eat okra in its whole or steamed form, never the raw water soak, and space it at least 2 to 3 hours away from your doctor's medication schedule. What happens if you ignore these micro-habit shifts and keep consuming these healthy foods the wrong way? Your body enters a phase of mitochondrial fatigue. When you drink fiberless okra water right alongside your metformin medication, the drug becomes inactive. Your blood sugar continues to spike secretly, damaging the microvessels in your eyes, kidneys, and nerves, while you feel like you've done everything right. It's a dangerous cycle that accelerates insulin resistance and starves your cells in a sea of unusable energy. Think back to your routine. How much money and energy have you spent buying superfood products, only to still experience that afternoon energy crash? How many times have you felt like your body is its own worst enemy? The reality is, your biochemistry is not broken. You are simply sending the wrong instructions at the wrong time through the wrong consumption methods. At the deepest layer, all of these foods work toward one primary target, rarely discussed: the Incretin system inside your gut ecosystem. When psyllium and properly hydrated chia seed gel touch the walls of your small intestine, they trigger L cells to release natural GLP-1 hormones. This hormone sends an instant signal to your brain and liver to shut down internal glucose production. This isn't about forcing appetite suppression. It's about rebuilding the ancient communication highway between your gut microbes and your metabolic command center. Now you understand the forensic data. You know that the speed of lowering your blood sugar isn't determined by how strict your diet is, but how smartly you manipulate the order of food entering your body. In these final 2 sections, we will summarize how to stack these 5 foods into one simple morning protocol that you can start tomorrow. For anyone who has felt trapped for years by a diagnosis of prediabetes or diabetes, know this: your failure to control blood sugar wasn't due to a lack of discipline. You did not fail. You were simply never given an accurate biochemical map. When you take control of how your body's sensory and mechanical signals operate, food anxiety disappears, replaced by true metabolic freedom. Here is your micro habit shift protocol for tomorrow morning. 1. If you use metformin, take your medication on schedule and ensure your steamed okra menu is spaced 3 hours afterward. 2. 10 minutes before lunch, dissolve 6.8 grams of psyllium husk or fully hydrated chia seeds into water and drink it as your gut shield. 3. Always keep a pinch of organic cinnamon ready to divide into each of your eating windows, and use apple cider vinegar only if you are forced to consume a high carbohydrate meal. This information is for general educational purposes and does not constitute medical advice. Your metabolism is a communication network, and today, you just learned its language. All clinical trial references, from Katoon et al. To the Fossil 2024 data, are fully listed in the description below for total medical transparency. Stop guessing your health and start mastering your signals. I'm Sophia, and this is Hidden Health Habits.